Hello everyone, I'm Royce here and welcome to channel Sansevieria 101. So for this episode, we're going to feature an inflorescence or flower bloom of a Sansevieria hybrid which I propose to be named Cephalopodia, and that is because of the shape of the leaves of this particular Sansevieria hybrid, which resembles that of cephalopods, namely the family of octopuses, squids, cuttlefish, and nautilus, and that brought me to suggest the name of cephalopodia for it, which is very unique, and I'm sure it will not have any other copies because for right now there are a lot of Sanseviers that are being bred, hybrids that are coming from Thailand and Indonesia. Now Vietnam is starting to have hybrids of their own, so it is imperative that I give a name that is unique rather than common words that are used to name hybrids that are very distinct in form characteristics. So the name was given to it with regards to the form it makes to describe the Sansevieria hybrid itself. So I was able to capture the first day of inflorescence. As you can see the first two pictures there, that's the first day, and the spike that grew on it resembles still the same. It's usually the one that I see on all the Sansevieras that I catch during the early stages of inflorescence, which is the first or second day, which forms like a crab pincer. There are just about two evident leaf or flower skin or bracts that are enclosing the whole inside of the inflorescence that is still undeveloped, as opposed to what I'm showing you right now, which the inflorescence has grown in significant height and the flower tubes have become evident. During the early stages, you will not see the flower tubes. Uh, you will just see flower bracts and then the stalk bracts itself, which hides them. Then, as the days goes by, it will grow in height, and as they grow in height, the flower bracts would be left out on the bottom portion, and then the flower tubes would start to emerge from them until such time that the flower tubes themselves become very evident, like what I'm showing you right now. They will also grow apart from each other and they will form clusters. That's why I emphasize that the inflorescence type is a clustered raceme. Raceme is mostly in the form of spike, simple inflorescence, but it is having clustered flowers that are growing on it. So when I say clustered, there are several flowers that are growing together, and they grow in several clusters in one stalk. Right now is also the blooming stages we're in. Almost half of the flower tubes have opened up, and the topmost portions are usually the ones are last to bloom. So in the second part, we will further discuss the inflorescence of this particular Sansevieria hybrid. So, folks, please stay tuned as we discuss further the inflorescence of Sansevieria hybrid Cephalopodia. Alright, folks, so we're back, and this is the second part of the content where we will be discussing more about inflorescence or flower bloom of the Sansevieria hybrid that I suggested to be named as Cephalopodia. I have suggested that name because the form of the hybrid is more of the form of cephalopods. That means that its form is like the family of octopuses and squids. So this is how they would look like. As you can see that the leaves are curving down, and sometimes they have form such as the tentacles of octopuses or squids. So that is why I suggested it be named as Cephalopodia, because for the longest time it's nameless. The origins are unknown. The parentage are also unknown. So it's kind of pity that this hybrid will remain unnamed and unrecognized, because when people talk about it, they don't have a name to call it. So therefore, it's very hard to make this Sansevieria hybrid known. So There are rumors that are spread with regards to the origin of the Sansevieria, but I don't consent it. I don't promote it because they are just rumors. So I'd rather not spread information about them at all because I don't want to uh, people to some people might hear it and would take it as it's the truth of it. So I'd rather not state that a rumor as to where this hybrid came from. It is though available in the Philippines and some sold only by some sellers here, as well as some of the sellers had given it another alias, which is Twisted, or Twister. I can't remember which one of the three, but that name is very lame and it is frequently used with Trifasciata. So Trifasciata has a twisted sister. Trifasciatas have twist. Trifasciatas have twisted. Um, and moreover, there is nothing on the hybrid that is twisting. These are called curling of leaves. So the leaves are curving downwards or curling, but none of the leaves are twisting. As you can see, none of the leaves are twisting. This is how the hybrid looks like. That is the pattern. The pattern looks like one of the patterns of the cephalopods as well. This is the leaf tips of the Sansevieria hybrid. Is very sharp. So I would say that one of the parents might be the Balii species of Sansevieria. So this is a close-up of how it looks like. The base coloration would be whitish, and then it has a banded pattern. You can see that there are dark green, and then the base coloration of the leaf is really silvery or white. So it's a pale, in reality though, I would say that it's the pale green color instead of white. So there are two colors available on the leaf, plus there is, if I can point out, this one is the longitudinal lines, and it's multiple on the leaf. It is very thin. It's about point. I don't know if I have the tool here, but with the tool set as 0, I think that's about point 0.4 or 0.5 millimeters, even 0.3 millimeters, I would say. Alright, there you go. I think 0.5 millimeters measuring the longitudinal lines on it, because it's very thin. And then you would see the dark green banding on it that overlaps the silvery color of the hybrid itself. And again, this is how the form looks like, and it really loves to be planted in a hanging pot. So it's in a hanging pot. If this was a pot that you had to place on a rack such as this one, I don't think that it would be it would work for it, because look, as you look at the leaves, they're all drooping down, and the one of the parentage, the Balii species, actually they grow in cliffs or mountainous part of Africa. So they are on top of the cliff wherein they grow there, and then some of the offset would try to fall down or grow down from the cliff and stick to the mountainside or the rocky sides of the mountain. So that's where Balii would grow in the wild. So I have actually found out that if you do a hanging setup on Balii species, they really love it. Actually, that is Balii in here, but don't have enough light to really show you. As you can see, the Balii species grow very well in that setup. There are about a lot of them, and some of the offsets are already trying to get out of that hanging pot and then try to move downwards or drop down, as well as what you see on here, which is having the same characteristics, although this one has very long leaves. So I don't know, and I can't assume what the other parent of this hybrid would be. In terms of the inflorescence, it's very similar to the Bali species inflorescence. Actually, the Bali species are also growing in the garden, and as you can see, it is very similar in form to the inflorescence of Cephalopodia, as I suggested to be named with. All right, so I guess that's enough for the origin or a brief discussion with regards to this particular hybrid. I would say that it's very pretty and very beautiful hybrid, especially if it has a lot of space to grow. I guess there are some conditions where rather they would grow about 80 to 90 degrees. I'm not sure, but that would be in tight spots, I would say, because normally when they're free they would grow as such, so none of them would be crooked, none of them are twisty, and they just resemble growth or the form of cephalopods or squids or octopuses. So that's how they look like to me. There's also a leaf canal on top of the leaves of Cephalopodia, and then it closes at the tip all the way down. So that is how the leaf form of Cephalopodia is. And then what's next for us to do is, before we lose the lighting here, because I'm working on limited light or lighting, is we need to get some data before we run out of chargeable lights. So for the flower tubes, I would measure 29.4 to 30 millimeters. I could perhaps measure the ones that have bloomed. It's 32.5, so 29 to 32. That would be the average of the flower tubes that are growing on hybrid Cephalopodia. So even if I do try measuring the ones on top, I think that would be 28. So 28 to 32, that's the variance on the flower tubes length of this particular hybrid. Next, we would be measuring the height of the inflorescence. So I kinda lost the tape, the measuring tape, so I'll have to do with this one, which is I'm ending having it at 40 centimeters. So kind of hard though, because I only have this tool and I just had that span of time to measure it. It's really hard in this spot because there's no light and there's no one to assist me. So the flower stock height would be 40 centimeters, flower tubes 28 to 32 millimeters, and then flower per cluster, I'm seeing 4 as well, mostly 4 flowers per cluster, and then the ones on top would be just one flower tubes attached to the flower stalk. So I would say that maximum 5, or sorry, maximum 4, and then minimum of 1 flower tubes on this particular flower stalk for Sansevieria hybrids Cephalopodia. So aside from that, I think we're all set, and I don't really want to take this content longer, because like I said, we're in minimum time to work with, and it's a busy day for me right now, because tomorrow we have a lot of events to attend to, so this is the only time that I can record it. So I apologize for the quality of the content if it's rushed out, because some Sansevierias they bloom. You can't control when they will bloom, so there's only one time that they will bloom, and you can't really plan out how to catch them bloom or have a schedule for them because they just bloom if they feel like blooming, so to speak, or if they meet the factors in the microenvironment that they're in that is right for them to bloom. So I guess that's it for this content. And if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave a comment below. And folks, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to our channel. You guys have a right. You folks have a good day, or have a good night, or wherever you are. All right, that's it for your content again, and goodbye.